Wow, this is one tall map. First things first, the armory up here. It's got really basic stuff. Once again, nothing we really need. Just showing it here so you can all see it. If you're not stocked up on this point, what are you even doing? My gold is kind of burning a hole in my pocket at this point, but the big shopping spree will be next chapter. Second, this little diversion here. This village here isn't particularly hard to protect from the thief who starts all the way down here. He has to go all the way up here and basically pass our army to even get to the door, but it's fortified pretty hard in here, and the enemy doesn't seem to want us to get to it either. I wonder what they could be hiding in here. Finally, there's the alleged danger of this map. A small army of flying units, including 2 Draco Knights, the standard promoted form of Pegasus Knights. One of these Draco Knights is Princess Minerva of Macedon, and holy crap is she strong, with high stats across the board and a truly ridiculous axe, the Haute Claire. She's also got her personal squad here, the White Wings, comprised of 3 sisters named Palla, Catria, and Est. They're pretty strong too. But as I said, this is the alleged danger of the map because none of these named characters will actually fight us. The cutscene implied that Minerva is reluctant about the plan she's been told to carry out, and that reluctance will ultimately make her and the White Wings a complete non-issue. The generic enemies, these 2 Pegasus Knights and this 1 Draco Knight, will still fly up the map and try to poke holes in us though, so we do have to keep an eye on them. But first, let's see what we can do about this little barricade here. This archer has a longbow, a special bow that can attack from 2 or 3 spaces away. 3 spaces? That's madness. These mercenaries down here are pretty fast, but this guy gets slowed down by his steel sword, and this one only has an iron sword, so he's basically fighting with a feather duster. Anyway, I'm fielding Wolf and Sedgar more than I thought I would. I guess having the chip damage from their bows is proving to be more useful than I thought. And let's see if we can take out these archers pretty quickly. That'll be 16 damage. I put Julian here, and I put him just out of range of the door. How did I... Oh, I didn't realize he had to go through forest. Well, that's kind of annoying, but nothing wrong with taking it a little bit slow and steady. Merrick can take out that one. And maybe we can get one of the Cavaliers to throw javelins. Yeah, this will be fine. Just take an extra turn to get Julian down there and open the door, which isn't too big a deal. If we didn't use the door key to capture Rickard, made sure to get his name right this time. If we didn't use the door key to recruit... That was a terrible level, Merrick. If we didn't use the door key to recruit Merrick in the other chapter, we could use it here to open this door. Door keys are universal like that. But there's also the thief coming up here. For some reason, he also has a door key. Even though he's a thief, he doesn't need keys to open doors. Not really sure what the deal is with that. So ultimately, there are many ways to get inside this door. You'll almost never be locked out of it. We're only going to send a small squad in here. Probably send Lena this way too. But everybody else is actually going to start heading down here. You want to be careful on this map. Reinforcements will start spawning out of these forts down here. They trigger when you are 2 spaces below... When you go onto any space that's on the 12th row from the bottom, which conveniently is 2 spaces below the map save point here. So once you pass this line, reinforcements will start coming out of the forts, and I'll talk about them more once we get down there. But for now, let's just start sending everybody down. And we'll keep enough people up here to deal with the mercenaries in here, so Marth has an easier time of it. Probably use Wolf and Sedgar for that. And for taking out the flyers if they get too comfortable here. It is kind of annoying that Hardin missed one of those javelin throws. That's going to give the archer a chance to attack us, and we won't be able to retaliate because he's going to use the longbow. Yep, 3 range. Merrick can't hit back. Longbow has terrible accuracy though, so it's not too big a deal. First time I played this map, I was practically crapping my pants when I saw how good Minerva and the White Wings were when they were all flying up, but if you don't hit them in melee, they will not hit you back. They will go to designated spots and stay there until turn 6 when they leave. This is a bit of a problem, though. We need to make sure this Draco Knight can't kill anybody. He's got 8 speed, so we shouldn't be able to double pretty much anyone. and 15 attack, which I don't think will one-shot anyone, so we should be okay, as long as we keep, we should keep Merrick away from me. I don't think he even kills Merrick. How far can the Pegasus Knights reach? Not far enough to be a problem. Every kill with the sword is one step closer to Hardin being able to use the steel sword that he should be able to use. How safe is it to throw Marth in the way of these guys? Between the Mercenaries, the Draco Knight, and the Pegasus Knights, he'll probably be taking a lot more damage than I want him to. Let's see, he has 9 defense. This guy has 10 attacks, only 1 damage from that. 13 attacks, so we're up to 5 damage total. 4? Yeah, 5. 15 with weapon triangle. It's just a little bit too hot for him here right now. Let's move Merrick up so he doesn't take too much damage, and we'll have Hardin as our primary tank. I don't mind other people being in range of the Pegasus Knights. The Pegasus Knights really do not hit hard at all. They only have 10 attack. And like I said, the White Wings and Minerva are a non-issue. Just move everyone into a good position so we can storm the bottom of the map later. Kind of be fun to see who the Draco Knight decides to go for on this turn. Probably Julian, if I had to guess. I don't think Julian can hurt him. Good dodges by Hardin here. Yep, just as I thought. Oh, Julian. Never change. You do not value your life, sir. Alright, let's see if we can clean up this mess. Draco Knights are pretty tough customers. They have naturally very high defense, so really the only way to reliably punch through their defenses is with anti-air weapons or magic. Their resistance is quite poor compared to the Pegasus Knights that they promote from. They actually lose resistance when they promote instead of gaining it like most units gain stats when they promote. But that's the trade-off they get for massively increased defense and strength. So, yeah. We will be just fine. But I do want to show off Excalibur and its anti-air properties, so look at that, that's pretty insane, right? Go for it, Merrick. That's how you take advantage of a Draco Knight's weaknesses. You take their weakness to anti-air weapons and their weakness to magic at the same time. Julian needs to get out of here. He isn't going to be doing anything useful for the rest of the map. I just want to get Marth through all this mess as soon as possible. Wolf and Sedgar can probably take out these two enemy Pegasus Knights if I can clear a path for them. So that's exactly what Hardin's going to do. Wolf can't reach. That's disappointing. I guess he has to go through too many forests. Yeah, damn forests on this map always throwing me off. That's okay, Sedgar can kill this guy. This girl, I guess. I just hope he doesn't get wrecked too hard by this mercenary. 10 damage. Sedgar has 6 defense. Yeah, I'll be fine. It's not like the Pegasus Knight's gonna do anything. Let's see if Marth can get a crit. Nope. That's okay. It's no problem. Nothing at all. So yeah, you can, even with Ogma, one of our strongest sword units, you can see how outmatched we are trying to fight Minerva. Her damage output is nuts, and her defense is very high too. But like I said, she and the White Wings do not attack you unless you hit them in melee. Who should we give this to? Who needs it? I'll give it to Ogma. Or maybe Sita? Nah, Sita's already pretty high ahead in levels. Let's give it to Ogma. No need for that on this map. And Sita's at the very border of where the reinforcements would spawn. If I moved her one space down, reinforcements would start to spawn out of the fort. So we're just going to leave her here for now. Speaking of the White Wings, you can, once they come up here, they'll move to pre-designated spots, and they won't move or attack, though they will hit back if you attack them in melee. They'll leave the map entirely on turn 6, and you can make them retreat early by defeating them. They don't die, though. Taking out Minerva will make all the rest leave immediately, too. We recruit all 4 of these characters later in the game, and beating them up here for experience doesn't prevent us from getting them later. Doesn't kill them, doesn't reduce their stats in any way, so they're just free experience, especially Minerva, as she's a promoted unit. So as long as we stay out of her range, they are free real estate in a way. Can Barst actually hit someone with a hand axe? Nope. We're 0 for 3 on those. Yeah, she wrecks Jagan. Pala's really strong too. She's got very high speed and she comes with a Silver Lance. S tier has a Rider's Bane, and Catra has a Killer Lance. So if we actually had to fight these guys here, this would be really rough, to say the least. But for now, we're all just gonna chill out. Hey, don't beat up Wendell. It's not nice. He's old. And he doubles Pegasus Knights. Oh, man. Oh, Minerva just showed off the additional feature of the Hope Claire. You can use it to restore 10 health, like a Vulnerary. It uses up one of the durability uses of the axe, though. It's kind of cool. We'll give this one to Sita. That's a lot of words thrown at us, and we don't know what they mean at this point in the game. It's the last real enemy up here. Harden. I don't know why I'm so committed to beating up the White Wings here. I guess it's just fun. Come on, Barst. Hey, finally you hit someone with the hand axe. Alright, enough messing around. This is Bantu, a mana keep. He's a very unique unit to say the least. Like he mentioned in his dialogue, he's actually a dragon, but he's sealed himself in a form that looks human, if you ignore his little wings, and can't access his true form without his Firestone, which he lost. Fortunately, that guy in that village who thought Manakeets would look something like Parakeets found that very same Firestone. So we've got the rightful owner has it, and we'll see if we can show him off in battle at some point. He's a little bit too slow to actually get down to where the rest of the fighting is going to be happening on this map. As a unit, Bantu occupies a pretty unique role. His stats look really awful if you look at them on the side, but when he transforms using the Firestone, he gets significant stat buffs across the board, bringing him pretty much up to par with most of our army at this point, with especially high defense and resistance. Very little will be able to put him in danger at this point in the game. There are two reasons Bantu doesn't have permanent staying power in this game. First, his growths are really bad across the board, and Manakeets do not promote, meaning he isn't going to improve as much as the enemies will. Secondly, and more importantly, the Firestone is limited to 30 uses, and the one we have now is one of only 2 in the entire game. We can't get another one until Chapter 17. Once the Firestone runs out, Bantu is completely defenseless. Still, it's pretty cool to have a dragon fighting on your team at this point in the game, and Bantu is actually very, very essential for a certain story event later. Even if you plan to leave him out of real fights, do not forget to pick him up here and do not let him die. You'll seriously regret it if you don't have him around when the time comes. So the worst part of this map is that because Marth has to go to this village, normally he has to go all the way back around and then down here through all the reinforcements and everything, but we're just going to warp him. At this point, I think on the next turn, once we're done bullying the White Wings, we will pull everyone else down and trigger the reinforcements, and I'll explain how we'll do that. Sita here. I guess I could have moved her one further down. Or no, this is as low as we can get them. Okay, I wanted... oh man. Abel beating up Est. Poetic. That'll make sense later. Wow, that was probably one of the best levels Abel could possibly get, and it was from that particular person. Wendell kill? Wendell kill. That was a good level up for Wendell. Probably should have listened to your commander there, eh, Minerva? I guess she was following his instructions by not attacking. Well, your commander's really dumb. Julian can stay there. Bantu, and Bantu's not going to do anything. What time is it? Time to use the warp staff for questionable purposes. Soup. So here's the deal with the reinforcements. Once we pass this line, as I said, reinforcements will start coming out of the fort. 1 cavalier per turn, every turn for 6 turns. 1 from each of these forts, and there are 4 of them, so 4 cavaliers for 6 turns. But as long as we can get someone to each of them to take them out as they come out, they're basically just free experience. Gotta watch out for these knights at the bottom with javelins, too. The most dangerous one comes from the left here, that being because this guy has, the cavaliers that come out of here have Rider's Bane, so you really want to keep them away from your cavaliers, but we're just going to leave Sita here, and she's just going to eat all of them. And as usual, if you leave someone on top of the forts, they can't spawn, but I do want experience, so I'm probably going to be letting at least some of them spawn. Leave Marth here with the rapier, and we'll send the other guys down. Kane can double these knights, but I don't know if he'll do enough damage for it to be significant. But we'll see. Ogma can help him out next turn. Let's just start chipping them down. Send Jagan this way. Use the map save in case I did something terribly wrong. I wonder if these guys are going to get here fast enough to be useful. Probably not. Are either of you hurt? Merrick could use some healing. Gotta get that staff experience on Lena somehow. The really nice thing about the reinforcements in this game is that they appear at the end of the enemy turn, so they don't get a chance to move and attack and basically take a turn on that same turn. These are the normal standard reinforcements in Fire Emblem games, as opposed to the so-called ambush spawns, where they actually appear at the beginning of the enemy turn, which means that they appear and then they can immediately move and attack you, which I think is really unfair, personally. Because it doesn't give you an opportunity to see your enemy coming and react to the situation. It's all about knowing what it is in advance, which basically means looking up the map online and when reinforcements spawn. Which is exactly what I'm doing for this playthrough, but that's because I'm trying to make this informative. This is by no means a blind playthrough. But for people playing a game for the first time, ambush reinforcements can be really unfair for them. Do I kill this healer? Nah, I'll stick to my principles. Can you hit 264s, Kane? Abel, sorry. More food for Sita. And a crit. Completely unnecessary. Probably move Barst up here to take Sita's place. He can fight them pretty well with his axe, and we might pull Sita over here to kill the boss, as usual. I think that's our first Marth crit of the playthrough. If you play Smash Brothers, you should recognize his little taunt animation there. Next healer should move out of the way to heal the Cavalier, so, yep. Jagan can actually get in there and start beating these guys up as they come out of the forts. By beating them up, I mean blocking this pathway so they can't get to anybody else. Never actually explained what the Wing Spear does. It's basically Marth's rapier in 20 speed. There we go. Her speed can't get any better. First things first, Wing Spear. It's Marth's rapier in lance form. It does effective damage against both cavalry units and against armored units, so really, really good. It also, as a lance, it has higher base might than the rapier does. The rapier has 5. The lance has 8 for the low cost of only 10% less accuracy, which is more than made up for by Sita's great skill. Yeah, probably just better than the rapier in every way, especially considering that Sita herself is a much better unit than Marth. Gotta say though, if he had just a little bit more speed, this Marth would be a real powerhouse. Doubling with the steel axe. We'll just leave him here. No need to expose him to extra danger. This Cavalier can't move. Yeah, we got more than enough people down here to handle anything this map can throw at us. Almost don't need to use Wendell for combat. I can just heal people with him, and start working on his staff rank. Once he gets up to C, he can be a secondary user of Warp, which is really helpful. That could be pretty good, and Ogma doesn't die, so I am worried that if he accidentally if the boss goes first, which the boss usually does in these games, and Ogma gets a lucky crit or something and kills him, he'll actually die to the Cavalier, I'm pretty sure. So we'll have Muse of Vulnerary, and that should keep him safe. Equip the Armor Slayer first. Alright, speaking of the boss, another beefy boss with a powerful weapon. However, also a boss with no ranged attack, so he's dead meat. I didn't even need to put Ogma at risk by putting him in range. I could have just waited to bring Wendell down and spam Thunder on him, but I don't really care. This map's gone on long enough as it is. Yes, yes I do. No crit, Ogma's safe. That's okay, Barst. By keeping the enemy on the fort, you also block the reinforcements. Don't you even think about it. See, I'm kind of loath to give Sita more levels, because as you can see, her speed stat is at 20, and it's glowing green. That means it cannot get better while she's in her current class. When I promote her, when I get the opportunity and the correct item to do so, the cap will increase. But for now, her best growth is speed, and when she levels up, I know she's not going to level speed because it can't get any higher currently. So that's some of the best parts of her level ups already taken out of the equation, so leveling her up actually just got a lot less value than it usually did. Question is then, who do we take this guy out with? Question is, who can damage this guy? He has 17 defense all told with the gate and everything. So Abel should be able to do something. He can do 1 damage. I might just take an extra turn. It looks like the Cavaliers have stopped spawning. I'm not sure why. Maybe they take a 1-turn break, but yeah, I can't say I'm sure. Not gonna complain about it though. we'll pull Sita over here. And, I don't know. Definitely want to get Ogma out of here. He's too hurt to do anything, so I guess I'll just give it to Marth. That being said, Marth cannot kill. We'll give it to Sita next turn. I guess. Unless I can bring Abel down, and maybe with the Steel Lance he can do something. I want to block off this healer from being able to get to the boss though, just in case he wants to do his job. You've got nothing on Barst, buddy. Barst finally gets a level up, and it's a really good one. Battle of the Titans here. You're doing your best, Jagan. Yeah, they take a one-turn break. Let's see if we can't finish this on this turn. 6. I think we're just gonna have to use Sita. I don't think we really have an option here. I can't heal up Ogma enough for him to be able to safely take on the boss. Yeah, if he gets hit, he's just gonna die. So I guess what we'll do is get as much experience on everybody else as possible before we take out the boss with Sita, seize with Marth, and finish the map. And as like the other chapter, all the reinforcements stop once the boss is dead. Jagan actually leveling something significant. What a day. Alright, that's GG. And a silver axe. We are not going to be able to get someone who uses that for a very long time. Good job, Abel. Almost forgot to do this one last cheeky little heal. Every little bit helps. Alright, and that's the chapter. There's a... It feels like we didn't go to very many houses, but there's only one house on this whole map. This guy lives a very lonely life. Alright, we had a little more excitement with this chapter, and we got probably our most interesting recruit yet. We've got a big battle ahead of us next time, so I hope you'll join me for that. See ya, and enjoy the cutscene. You mean Bantu? Yeah, but the players don't. Kind of interesting. I actually forgot about that cutscene up until now. What I find most interesting about it is that a lot of the information in that is actually incorrect or a lie. All the parts about Henri and fighting Medius the first time are the truth, as far as we can tell from the history of these games, but everything he was saying at the beginning about how the Manicheets purposely chose to live peaceful lives and had always kept their power hidden inside the Dragonstones isn't actually necessarily true. I don't know if when they made this game they just didn't have the full story written out or it was changed later when future games came out, but it's not actually the whole truth of what happened, and I don't want to spoil everything just yet because it's actually one of the story concepts that permeates through all the Fire Emblem games, regardless of their setting, is how the dragons and Manicheets interact and why the dragons ended up becoming Manicheets and creating the Dragonstones and having to stay in their human forms for the most part. It's actually one of the main themes of the series if you think about it, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry too much. It doesn't matter very much for this game, but I'm sure it's something we'll explore as we get into future games in the series. And I'll probably be calling back to this cutscene a lot and just how Malladus thinks history went, and I guess how the general population thinks history goes as compared to what the actual truth is. But that's enough rambling from me. I'll see you all next time.